good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video from your boy TM from TM University. And today I'm meeting new people, talking to new people, just try to make people's day. Um, Enjoy the show. Promise it's going to be a banger. Thank you. So, what are we going to talk about today?
I don't know. You asked the question.
All right. So let's start with this. What's your name?
Manji.
Manji. Are you from New York?
No, London.
London?
Yeah, but
Wow.
Nigerian. So I'm
You're
British
Nigerian?
Yes.
Wow, I'm a Nigerian too.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
is
cool.
my accent obvious that I'm from Nigeria?
No, it's hard to tell when you're in like a city like New York, isn't it? Like everyone's from everywhere. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. So how's London compared to New York?
Well, I'm a Londoner, and I think it's the best city in the world. But
You want to say that again?
I'm a Londoner. I think it's the best city in the world.
Wow.
But no, New York is great. I can't live here though, but it's great.
Why?
It's a great city. It's just different. It's not
Too many people?
Yeah, it's densely populated, and it's very hard when you're a Londoner for you to find another city that impresses you. London kind of feels like it's sitting in the middle of the world, right?
What's so special about? Yeah, you're right. Because I did a little bit of geography. Was it the latitude or the longitude is 0 degree, right?
Yeah,
For London.
Yeah, we're
So-
GMT.
What's so special about London?
I guess it's difficult to say this when I'm in New York, because New York is a very cosmopolitan city as well. But I
Okay.
feel like, in London, I'm more likely to meet people from, like literally all over the world, and in equal measure, where I feel like in New York, it's a lot of people who sit mainly in kind of the Northern Hemisphere or like the side of the Americas, so Caribbean,
Okay.
North America, South America.
Yeah.
But in London, you literally find a greater proportion of diversity, I would say. That's what I
Wow.
love about London.
Wow.
And because of that, actually, the culinary experience as well is
Okay.
incredible. Although people say that, New York has a better social life, and maybe that may have mattered to me when I was younger, but I'm not young anymore. I'm looking for life that is a little bit calmer. So,
Okay.
yeah, I guess if you're young and you're still exploring your social life, New York
Okay.
is a great place to live.
Wow.
I
But you
think.
still look
I
young.
don't
You
know.
still look young anyway.
Oh, I'm definitely not. I am 37.
It doesn't matter. It's about what you have in your mind.
Oh yeah, no, I'm young at
Yeah.
heart, but I'm a bit weathered.
Wow.
I've had my fair share of youth. I've had a great 20s and 30s. I traveled a lot. I lived in a lot of places.
Okay.
So I'm glad to be settled.
Wow. So what do you do?
I'm a tech entrepreneur. I'm building my second tech business.
Tech?
Yes.
As in technology?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm focused on education technology.
Wow. Tell me
So-
more about that.
Well, so I think, right, that the single greatest opportunity in the world is building human capacity. Like human capital development is something that I love, and so the first education technology business that I built was focused on, I guess, what people call K-12 education in the US, but primary and secondary school for everybody else, like not American. And so it's and by the way, I built this in Nigeria, so I wasn't in the UK. I moved from the UK about 3 years ago.
Okay.
Actually, maybe 4 years ago now, and to build a business in Nigeria. And
So where in Nigeria? Don't say Lagos though.
No, I wasn't in Lagos actually.
Where?
I was
Abuja?
in Abuja, yeah.
Wow.
And the goal, I guess the thesis that I had when we were building the business was that, one of the challenges of education in Africa is teacher quality.
Okay.
Right? And so we thought to ourselves, if we find the few good teachers and we take those teachers and have them create incredible content in the form of entertainment, so Disney-style content but focused on education,
Okay.
and we then use technology to distribute that,
Okay.
that we could fundamentally change the quality of education at foundational level, right? So primary to secondary school. And that was a business we started building 3 years ago. And today, that business is operating in 8 countries in Africa and expanding, and also operating.
And what's the name of the business?
U-Lesson, like the letter U.
U-Lesson?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Okay.
It's an incredible.
Yeah, I actually had something like that in college. It's called U-Learn.
Oh,
like where you go.
I know U-Learn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But I've exited that business and I'm building the second business. Again, focus on.
Wait, you say you exited that business?
Yes.
Why though?
God, that's a long personal story.
Okay. If you don't want to share, but it's just, I'm just because.
So when you're building, right, you start. It's kind of like, think about it as birthing a baby.
Okay.
Right, and it's intense. There's no
support
Monday to Friday, or you're working round the clock. You literally wake up and you just work and you work. And I just, for 3 years, building really hard. And then last year, I had the most traumatic event ever. I lost my father.
Wow.
And
sorry for that.
Thank you.
Sorry for the loss.
I tried to keep going and just tried to keep life as normal, and I couldn't. I just crashed and burned. And so I took time off. I just exited work. I didn't care about income, nothing.
Yeah.
I literally just left.
Yeah.
And spent time in therapy.
Okay.
And through therapy, I discovered, I started doing something that I did as a kid. I started playing the piano again.
Okay.
And then I also decided to explore 2 things that I'd always wanted to do when I was a child, but just never had the time or the courage. I started exploring dance and boxing. And it started off as therapy, but it's now a lifelong thing. When I'm not working, I'm boxing or dancing.
Wow.
And it's brought a lot of balance to my life, I'm no longer building in the way that I did previously, where I gave everything to work. I compromised relationships, I compromised friendships for work, and I don't, also I was building during COVID, and COVID, when you lose things, it just...
That was a mess. And now,
it forces you to rethink life, like what's important, what's not. So I'm glad. I feel like building the second business is kind of getting a second chance at life, right?
So
to do life in a more balanced way.
With your therapy, are you good now? Are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, therapy is a process, right? It's not a destination. It's a process. I didn't know what I was going to get out of therapy. I just knew that I was broken.
You just need something to... Wow.
And I had a lot of anger, sadness.
Towards who?
Everything. Like everything.
You can't explain, or it's just...
I think even the people that I was building with, right? Like I had, in the last days leading up to my dad's
passing away,
there were moments where I think I chose work over just
being with him.
Because you don't think, this is the thing, as humans, you don't think that this person will go. I mean, if you think about...
Was it like a serious...
It was COVID.
Wow.
But he wasn't the worst patient.
Yeah.
He wasn't. You don't think.
Wow.
And your parents, I mean, if you think about it, when you're born, your parents are just there, right? So you have the sense of, like, their immortality.
Yeah.
At least that's the way that I thought about my father. He's a great, big personality. My entire self, my existence, my father was the foundation of your life.
Yeah.
And when this person goes, right, you
It's like
literally
probably like a
feel
part of
like,
you just is
like
gone.
the ground was pulled from under you.
Wow.
And you are in a free fall, and you don't know if you're ever going to stop falling, or if you do, if you're going to hit a hard floor,
Wow.
or you're ever going to be the same again.
Yeah. But wait, are you the first child?
No, I'm the third child.
Third child. Wow. That's tough.
It was.
That was
It's the
stupid.
worst thing. So this is the thing, right? As a child, I only had one fear.
Yeah.
Right? And it was
What's
the
the
fear
fear?
of losing my parents.
Oh, okay.
So to lose my father was literally my worst nightmare coming through. Like, it was, I could not think of anything worse than that.
Was it that you couldn't believe what just happened?
It was, yeah. You just, it's imagine everything you know about the world, right? And then in one moment you're told everything you know about the world is not true. That's what it felt like.
Wow.
And the truth is, death and grief change you so fundamentally. You can never go back to who you were. Never. Ever.
So have you now been fully healed from the past of your dad?
No, not really.
Not really?
It's not a.
Excuse me.
It's never gonna change you, really. Like, you're never gonna be the same. It's like, think about it as like someone put a dagger through your heart.
Yeah.
And if you survive it, you still have that
scar. Scar, yeah. But eventually, whether you like it or not, it was still gonna happen.
Yeah, but nothing preps you for it.
Because everybody's gonna die one day.
Yeah,
you know that, right?
Of course.
And we're not gonna be here for long. You understand? So that's one thing that I normally do. But the main thing is just, for me, I try my best to just lately, to give the best to the people around me. Like, because I would say this, I've never told my siblings that I love them. Like, we love each other, but we just don't, you know. And one day I was like, I had to do this. We have a group chart, like a WhatsApp. So I texted to them, and after what I felt,
it felt good.
It felt good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm making a progress now, because one thing about me is like, I don't want to regret anything.
Yeah.
You understand? So, and since that time, I've been trying to say, okay, I call them more than I used to. And if I see their missed call, I, respond, yeah, and, because COVID kind of like really, I would say, is an eye opener.
Oh yeah.
For everyone.
Lives, yeah.
And I'm sorry for your loss anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah. So back to your do you need some time? Just
no.
Okay. Back to your first company that you created, right? So was it that when your dad passed away, you took time off, and the people you was working with messed up the whole thing, or was he?
I think it was just, obviously, nobody specifically did anything in the context of work. I was just.
Do you have do you work with because sometimes when you work with great people, even though you are not on ground, they
the business is doing great.
It's still okay.
It's an incredible business. It's still doing great.
Okay.
I exited my stake.
Okay.
The business is still doing great. It's an amazing team.
But that was your baby. How do you?
Well, it is painful, but like I said,
I mean, how do you?
COVID, death, change. Do you know what? I've grown detachment to things. right?
Okay. Okay.
Like, I'm not.
Okay.
And it was, yes, it was painful in the beginning, but then as I started building company number 2,
Yeah.
I'm fully immersed in that. That's what keeps me going now. It's,
Oh.
I don't look at the past anymore and think, oh.
Okay.
If anything, when I hear people talk about the company, I get excited. I get excited to think, oh yeah,
You
like,
sure?
that was, yeah, like, I'm like, that was, I know the story behind this.
Was he your own idea from the beginning?
So there was a founder.
Okay.
It was me and the founder.
Okay.
Building. So
Okay.
it was 2 of us. Yeah,
Okay.
from day one.
Okay.
And by the time I left, there was 150 of us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.